Hello friends, in this video we shall discuss how to create a user registration functionality when the authentication used in our model is custom one. So in our project currently we shall be using a custom user authentication. So in this type of authentication we shall be using email as the username. So in such scenario we shall create a registration form. We shall create a registration functionality which will help us to register a user. Registration will create a new user account in the database. Let us see how to do so. So in my project, if you go to models.py, which is in the test1 underscore app, which is created by me in models.py, we have this model called users. It is a custom user model, and it has email as the username. So we have also created a custom user manager. If you go here, so these are functionality which are run by the Django to create a new user which has email as the username. So using this custom authentication, we will be creating a registration functionality. So if you also navigate to settings.py, you can see that I have put a variable here, auth user model, which tells Django to use the users model as the authentication model for saving the user information. So we shall now be creating a custom registrations functionality, so that we can register new accounts in our sites. So let first create a forms.py file. So let us import some classes, default Django classes. Like I am importing here a class which will help us to create a registration form. We shall be importing UserCreationForm. We will use this class to create another form which will generate the registration form. So I shall be creating a new class here with name as custom user creation form. So just it will have the parent class as user creation form, and you can type a comment here to register user using the custom user model. So we will put some code here which will help us to register the user using email as the username. So let us right click here and go to definitions, and you can see this is a Python class which is already present in the Django package, and it has already some fields defined here, like password1, password2 field are already defined here. And if you see in the meta class, it is using the model user. So currently we will not be using the model user because it is the default model which is used by Django, which have the username as the field name, which function as the username. So we will do some customize here. Just copy this line of code and paste it here, and we shall be doing some customization here. So we shall be importing our custom user model which has a name as users. It is not user, it is users. and email is our username. So email is our username, and so here I shall put here email, and username field can be imported from here. uh, so I'm importing username field. So if you see, if you go to our custom user model, is also have some other fields like first name, last name. We shall like to have in our registration form, and some other fields already have default values there, so we will not using the other fields. We shall try to use the first name and last name, and for this we need to enter here so we have created our custom user creation form, and we shall be using this form to register our user. Now go to views.py file and create a new functionality here which will help us in registering the user. Let us define a function here, user underscore register. Let us type a comment here to register user using custom user model. So we shall be also importing our custom user model. Just type here form.forms, and our form is custom user creation form, which will help us to create an HTML form. uh, just type here form equal to custom user creation form, and now render the form. We shall need an HTML file there. Just type in registration folder, we shall be creating a HTML. So in the context you need to pass the variable form, which this variable we shall be using in our HTML. So the next task will be to create this file user underscore register dot html. So just go to templates folder, which already have registration folder, and inside this we shall be creating a new file user underscore register dot html. We shall have to put some HTML here. Just go to login.html and we can just copy the HTML here, uh, and we shall modify it according to our needs. So I shall be removing this one, and I shall be putting here just form. So it will generate the HTML for the form, and I shall be changing the heading here, user registration. So we have created our view. Next we need to create the URL. Just go to urls.py and create a URL. Just copy this line and just put the required view name, which is user underscore registered. Just copy here. So we need to put a link in our HTML. We shall be going to the navigation.html, and there is a register button, and we shall put a link to the register button so that we can open the registration link. I shall be putting the link here using the Django functionality. In this functionality, we use the name of the URL. Name of the URL is user_register. So now we shall open our site and we shall click on register, and you can see some fields are already shown here, but we need to correct the functionality. We need to correct the HTML which has been generated here. Just go to view.py source, and you can see the HTML generated by the Django. You can see there is some table tags, but all the HTML is not generated here. Let us correct the HTML. To correct the HTML, we shall be putting some table tags here. We shall be putting table tags here so that and we shall be putting a bootstrap class here, so that there should be a proper styling for our form, and just refresh, and you can see that form is looking fine now. Let us create some more functionality, and a form always have a form tag so that we can submit the data to the server. And let us create all complete our form functionality, and it will have a action. No need to enter URL here. It will hit the same URL and type a method here which is post, and encapsulation will be multi-part form data, and we shall be also CSRF token which help us in increasing the security for our form, and we shall also need a registration button here. So just put a line here, click to register, and we shall also need a registration button here. Put a button here, and it will have that type as submit, and you can give a bootstrap class here for good styling effect. And for the label you can type submit. Submit will be the button label. So just refresh the site now, and you can see that things are becoming good now, and you can see that there is an email, then first name, then last name, password, and you can also shuffle the fields if you want the email should come after last name. So let us shuffle the fields according to our need. Let us go to forms.py, let us remove this from here and put here, and you can see that email is now in third position. We will asking for first name, last name, then email, then password, and you can also do some other changes. You can see that this form also have so many instructions. and these are called the help text. And if you don't want so much help text, you can do some customization so that you can remove the help text from here. Just go to forms.py. So we can use some additional code here which will remove the help text, and just right click here, go to definition, and the help text is generated from here. And this was password one field which helped this line which generate the help text. You need to copy this code, just copy this code, and we need to just paste here and do some customization. And let me import some modules which is required here. And we shall also importing some other module like from django.utils and we shall be importing here get text underscore lazy as underscore, put as underscore, which is helpful when we use multiple languages. So this is this underscore which is used as a get text underscore lazy. So if you remove this line, or if you comment this one, so you can see the help text get removed. And just refresh the page, you can see there is no help text, and you can just put your own help text here. If you like, you can put on your help text here, put here, and you can just uncomment, and help text will appear there. So you can also put an HTML placeholder here. Is HTML placeholder. We shall be giving some instruction here, 8 characters password. So you can see just we need to refresh the page, and you can see that it appears here 8 characters password. So let us complete our functionality. So in order to accept the values from the form, in order to access the all the parameters values, field values from the registration form, we need to define a post method here. Just type request.method equal to post, and just type custom user creation form. Just type here request.POST. So we need to check if our form is valid. If the form is valid, if form doesn't have any errors, we need to save the form. We shall save the form. This means the user account will be created successfully, and in case there is any error, we shall render the form again for the user so that error is corrected by the user. Just copy this line and just paste here. So after the user is registered, we need to return something. We shall return the user to a success page. Just create a success view here. We shall be creating a simple page, and it will be helpful in showing to the user that registration have been successful, to show after successful registration we need to create a new HTML here. Just define the HTML here. We shall be saving the HTML in registration folder. Just give a suitable name here to the HTML file. Success underscore register .html, and I will passing a blank context here. So just copy this line, and we shall be creating a new file here. So we will need some HTML here. We have already HTML here. Just we need to copy the HTML, and we shall put here, and we shall be putting some information here for the user. Your account has been successfully registered. So we can put line here, and we can also define a login URL here, so user can easily log in. Just put the link here, and we shall need the name of our login. So we can go to URLs, and name of our login is just login, and just in quotes type login here, and save this one. And you need to create now a link here, and just copy this line and create the link for the success page. And we have the success page as success underscore register. So just paste the name here, so we need to go to views page, and we can now do a redirect here, and the name of our success page is success underscore register. So if the user is created, the user will be redirected to the success page. So we have completed our registration functionality. Almost we have completed, and we can check if it is working according to our expectation. So just refresh the page, and we should be putting some name here. Enter some email here. So you need to put the password here. Let us put the wrong password below. Let us see what happened. You can see there is an error message. Error have been displayed here, and we also need to correct this one. Okay, let me correct all this thing, and correcting the spelling here. And you can also define the other errors which are not related to any field, and just create a div here, and just type here form dot non underscore field errors. Errors which are not related to any field will be displayed here. So just type here the relevant bootstrap classes here. So we shall now see how you can register our user. So just enter the correct password and just click on submit. So you can see that account has been successfully registered and you can log in here and you can just enter the password here and just click on submit. So we have successfully logged in here. So this was how we can use a custom authentication and custom creation form, which will help us to create a user using the custom authentication in our project. So in this project we are using custom authentication, also custom form, and we can greatly improve the functionality of our and style of our form using various functionality which is already present in user creation form. So if you like my video, subscribe it. Thank you very much.